Hi, everyone. Today we're answering a question that has been floating around marketing meetings, Slack threads, and probably at least one mildly panicked coffee break. Can I use AI-generated content without hurting my SEO? The short answer is yes. The slightly longer answer is yes. But please don't treat ChatGPT like an unpaid intern locked in a room with a publish button. AI can be incredibly helpful for content creation, but the real difference between SEO success and SEO chaos comes down to how you use it. So today, we're going to cover three things. Google's official stance on AI content, where AI content can create SEO problems, and a simple workflow your team can use to publish smarter, safer content. Let's get into it. So here's the good news. Google does not automatically penalize content just because AI helped create it. Google's focus is still on quality, usefulness, and whether the content actually helps people. So if AI helps you brainstorm ideas, build an outline, summarize research notes, or create a rough first draft, that can be totally fine. The risky part is when businesses use AI to crank out lots of generic content with no editing, no fact-checking, no expertise, and no real value. That's when things get a little copy-paste goblin mode. The best way to think about AI is this. AI should be your production assistant, not your final publisher. It can help speed things up, but a human still needs to bring the judgment, accuracy, voice, and strategy. Most SEO problems do not happen because AI was involved. They happen because the final content is thin, generic, inaccurate, or made mainly to manipulate rankings. AI can just make those problems happen faster. Think of it like giving a toddler a permanent marker. The marker is not technically the problem, but you may still end up repainting the walls. Now, there are a few big red flags you need to watch out for. First, thin and generic content. This is content that sounds fine, but says the same thing every other article already says. Second, factually shaky content. AI can sound very confident while being very wrong, which honestly is also a very human trait. Third, intent mismatch. The article may read nicely, but it does not actually answer what the searcher wanted to know. And finally, scaled manipulation. This is when a site publishes a large batch of pages just to target keywords, not to actually help people. That is where AI-assisted content can become a real SEO risk. Something I cannot stress enough is that AI does not replace the basics of good SEO. The same fundamentals still matter. First, you need original value. That means real examples, opinions, process details, first-hand experience, or a better explanation than what already exists. Second, you need strong search intent fit. The page should solve the exact problem behind the query, not sort of wander near it and hope for the best. Third, you need trust signals. Accurate claims, cited sources, author credibility, clear ownership, and content that is kept current. And fourth, you need good usability. That means clean formatting, strong internal links, readable structure, fast page speed, and a clear next step. AI can absolutely help with some of these pieces, but it cannot magically create your company's experience, your customer stories, your unique perspective, or your actual expertise. That part still needs to come from you. The safest teams use AI inside a content process. They do not make it the entire process. Here's a simple 5-step workflow. Step 1, brief. Before you ask AI to write anything, define the audience, keyword theme, search intent, business goal, and unique angle. Basically, don't just say, write me a blog about SEO. That's how you get 900 words of aggressively average internet soup. Step 2, draft. Use AI for outlines, rough copy, alternate headlines, FAQs, and structure ideas. Step 3, improve. This is where the human magic happens. Add expertise, examples, screenshots, customer language, internal links, nuance, and anything that makes the content feel specific and useful. Step 4, verify. Fact check every claim. Refresh dates and numbers. Remove fluff, repetition, or anything that sounds like it was written by a robot trying to win a middle school essay contest. Step 5, publish and measure. Format the page cleanly, add schema when relevant, and track rankings, clicks, and conversions. The best use case for AI is helping with the messy middle: ideation, structure, first drafts, refreshes, and repurposing. The worst use case is pressing publish on untouched copy just because the tool produced a lot of words. Quantity is not the same thing as quality, and Google knows the difference. So what does good AI content use actually look like? Here are a few examples. A contractor might use AI to outline a service page, then add real pricing context, local examples, FAQs, project photos, and proof from actual customers. That is a good use. A marketer might use AI to refresh an older blog, but manually update the facts, keep the company's point of view, and improve the structure. Also, good. A team might ask AI for 10 topic ideas, then only publish the 2 where they have real expertise. That is smart. Now, here's what gets risky. A site launches 300 city pages generated from one template with almost no local substance. That is not a content strategy. That is a spreadsheet wearing a fake mustache. Another risky example is publishing AI-written medical, legal, or financial advice without expert review or source validation. Or filling a website with keyword-variant articles that all say basically the same thing in slightly different words. The difference is usually not the tool. It is the editorial discipline behind it. Now let's talk about AI search. With AI overviews, AI mode, and answer-style search results, it is tempting to think we need a totally separate playbook. But Google has said the same SEO best practices still apply. Helpful, reliable, people-first content still matters. You do not need a separate AI SEO strategy that magically justifies low-quality publishing. The safest strategy is still to create pages worth citing, clicking, and trusting. That said, some things become even more important in an AI-heavy search world. Clear explanations matter more. Content that synthesizes information well matters more. Pages that answer follow-up questions become more useful. And authority matters more because users and search systems both need to know whether your content can be trusted. So yes, search is changing. But the answer is not, publish more mediocre content faster. The answer is, become a better source. Before publishing an AI-assisted page, run it through a quick checklist. Start with quality. Does the page add original value? Is the main answer accurate and up to date? Does it match the intent behind the target query? Would a real human feel helped after reading it? That last one is important. Because if the answer is, well, technically there are words on the page, that is not enough. Then move on and check the SEO basics. Does the page have a clear title tag? Are the headings useful? Are there internal links? Is the formatting easy to scan? Is there a clear next step? Are there any obvious repetitions, filler sections, or template noise? And do any claims need citations or expert review? If you cannot say yes to most of these, the page probably isn't ready. Not forever, just not yet. A little editing can save you a lot of SEO regret later. So, here's the big takeaway. AI-generated content does not automatically hurt SEO. It's low-quality content that hurts SEO. AI just makes it easier to create either great content or bad content faster. Use AI for ideas, outlines, drafts, refreshes, formatting help, and repurposing. But keep human ownership over accuracy, expertise, originality, judgment, and final editorial decisions. The winning mindset is simple. Publish fewer pages with more value instead of more pages with less value. AI should speed up the work. It should not lower the standard. Because at the end of the day, search is becoming more of an answer engine. And SEO's job is to make your website the source worth trusting. Remember, AI can help you write faster, but it still cannot replace a good strategy, a sharp editor, or the occasional human who says, wait, is this actually useful? I'm Tyler Coote, and from all of us at Grand Apps, thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.